Hello, how you doing? This is Bill Santos, as you know, and today is February 27th, 2025, and today is the 70th birthday of my all-time favorite pop singer. He's a singer, songwriter, guitarist, and piano player, and his name is, as you probably know from the title, Rainhard Fendrich. What can I say? I'm a huge fan. I've been to Austria 7 times to visit family members and to go skiing in the Austrian Alps on several of those trips, which is wonderful. With skiing with my cousins, great. But on a trip, my second trip, I was with my father. It was his first trip. I heard Fendrich's song "Ich liebe den Sport" on the radio. We were in Austria from late December 1982 into early January 1983. And basically we flew from New York to Zurich, Switzerland, took the train to Dornbirn, about an hour away across the border in Austria. But on the return trip, my cousins, we stayed at their house, but they decided that they would drive us back to the airport instead of us taking the train. So on the trip, it was the father and the daughter, and then my father and me in the car, and the radio was on, and the song "Ich liebe den Sport" came on the radio, and I thought it was the greatest song I ever heard. And I asked my cousin, and she told me, I asked who was singing, and she told me it was Rainhard Fendrich. So we got to the Zurich airport, December 8th, 1983. And I purchased his second album. I found a record store. Purchased his second album and his third album. Ich liebe den Sport was on his third album. And he only had 3 albums out at that time. Actually, I tell you, flying to Zurich, we left on December 26th, 1982. So we crossed over and spent a New Year's Eve with our cousins. Anyway, I got the records home and I played them, and they were amazing. So on the next trips that I took through the 80s, I would buy his new albums on vinyl. And then I got to the late 80s when CDs were coming around. So my next trip, after that, I purchased his early albums on CDs, plus the new ones that came out. And then I found that I could buy CDs online, so I kept going. Now I have 49 of his CDs. 49, yeah. One of them is a interview CD in German, of course, and the others are studio albums and live albums, all sung in German. Quickly, I have 2 of his autographs, but I've never met him. I have a photo calendar from 1987. I have a biography written in German, which I haven't read. I have videotapes. One I bought of a concert, and one was given to me of TV appearances that he was on. But the problem was I couldn't play them here because my videotape player the tapes were a different format. So on my next trip, I had to bring the tapes over and then play them in the living room of my cousin's house on their video tape player because it was the proper format. Anyway, in 1997, October, I traveled to Vienna, Austria. I was living in New Jersey to spend about a week with cousins who lived in nearby winery village, I guess you could say, called Grinsing. It's where Ludwig von Beethoven used to live. And actually what I did before I traveled there, from Newark Airport, I guess, to Vienna Airport, I called my cousin on the phone and asked her to see if she could get concert tickets for Rainhard Fendrich. And she called me back and she said, yeah, that she bought a ticket for me and a ticket for her and her then husband. And I was like, yeah, I am there. And I got in a plane and I flew from New Jersey to Vienna, Austria, spent a week with them, and in the middle there, we went to the concert in Vienna. It was amazing. It was at the Wiener Stadthalle, which is the Viennese City Hall, was the name of the place. But it was huge. It was arena. It was 16,000 people. It was amazing, amazing show. And also, I can tell you that at one time, I was the only non-European member of his official fan club. Yeah, several years I had that title. Not that it, And then, at one point, one of the co-presidents of the fan club notified me that a man in Japan had joined the club. So I don't know if it was a Japanese guy or an Austrian living in Japan, but anyway, I lost the exclusive title. That's okay. That was many years ago, probably in the 90s, I think. So I've lost touch with the fan club, but I've never lost touch with the music. It's fantastic. He's celebrating his 45 years in recording, this year. He has an album coming out. I think it just came out, actually. He has a concert tour this year. And he's going strong. And that's about it. If you want more information, or you can look in the read the description I wrote for this video, and keep watching, because now you're going to see, after I stop talking, you're going to see 11 of his many album covers, the front covers. It's not going to take very long because they're only going to be on the screen for 3 seconds each. So that's, 33 seconds, okay. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. I did want to mention just quickly that I'm dealing with restrictive lung disease, and the last 2-3 weeks have been very difficult for me. I use a nebulizer with a medical mist that I inhale, and I also inhale a steroid powder, and I've been taking a lot of it. A lot of this medication. It makes my voice kind of gravelly, so that's why I'm talking like this. But I had to make the video today to celebrate his birthday. So I will say, alles Gute zum Geburtstag. That's pretty good. That's happy birthday in German. Thanks for watching, and keep watching. Here are the album covers, and you can get an idea of how he progressed through the years. Bye for now.